This is not a joke. The President of the United States says the World Cup is affecting foreign policy moves. Eric has the details on that unbelievable remark. You won't want to miss this. Up next.
I believe that we will win. 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 I believe that we will win.
That was Will Ferrell. Everyone was watching the World Cup today, and I mean everybody. Seattle, Washington, Hermosa Beach, California, Chicago in Illinois, including President Obama, who took time out of ruling the world to watch a little football on board Air Force One. But get this, folks. George Stephanopoulos just tweeted this, quote, POTUS tells me that World Cup schedule affecting some foreign policy moves. I'm not kidding. President Obama just put Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Mexico on hold until he's finished watching soccer.
I don't think that's what he meant.
No, he didn't mean that.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Dana, that's what he said. Isn't that what he said?
No, what he means is that, what I'm assuming that he means is that the rest of the world, if you're trying to get an international contingent together and a coalition to do something about anything, which I kind of doubt they're doing anyway, but I think that he's saying that those leaders are unresponsive.
Can I read that quote? Can I read that quote one more time? Can I just read it? I gotta read it one more time. Hold on. Stephanopoulos, quote, POTUS tells me that World Cup schedule affecting some foreign policy moves.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the Iranians, for example, I've been shocked at how people take this thing, these countries who take it seriously. They don't work in a lot of places. The government takes the time off. So I'm sure that it's probably tough to get somebody who can make a decision in Iran who's not following the Iranian soccer team.
Well, hopefully it's not Iran that he's talking about.
No, but I mean, the fact
but the
that
Germans, possibly, the Germans.
Yeah.
When I read that tweet, the first thing I thought is, boy, the Clintons have officially declared war on President Obama. George Stephanopoulos knew what the president was getting at. But the fact that the former attack dog for the Clinton machine tweets out something that we are talking about, making the president, if you don't assume the goodwill that Dana and Bob have given him, or I've given him, is true. They're saying, I think the Clintons are saying, listen, this is a presidency that is sinking, and we are going to distance ourselves from it, and you're going to start to see the Carvilles, the Bagalas, the Stephanopoulos.
I don't think George puts that much thought into it.
Oh, I definitely do. And you saw the Ed Klein excerpt from his new book, basically saying that Hillary Clinton personally blames Benghazi on the president. I predict you're going to see Hillary Clinton start to distance herself, not just on immigration like we saw, but on the VA scandal, the IRS scandal, and I bet you see some Clinton-friendly Democrats start to cooperate with investigations.
Can I point out to something on the Hillary and the Benghazi thing and that Ed Klein excerpt that where it says that she's blaming him and distancing? I don't think it will bear out, because it's several days later when she goes to Dover and she repeats the lie to the family.
I agree, but they're going to try. I agree, but they're going to try.
I'm going to have to apologize to the viewers. We wanted to stay on World Cup soccer here. Greg, your thoughts on
Benghazi?
Let's stay on this. Well, yeah, let's stay on Benghazi and stay on World Cup.
It is.
In soccer, the only highlights are in the player's hair. I came up with a drinking game for the World Cup that members of Alcohol Anonymous can play. You drink every time there's a score.
I get it. How about, more?
No, that's enough for me.
Let's do this one. Ann Coulter, not buying the hype, says soccer is what's wrong with America lately, writing, quote, any growing interest in soccer can only be a sign of the nation's moral decay. Individual achievement is not a big factor in soccer. The blame is dispersed, and almost nobody scores anyway.
Listen, I agree about nobody scores, but how this woman gets away with saying more of the most outrageous things with a definitive statement, you know, that this is the world, the United States is falling apart because of soccer?
Who else would say something like that?
I know.
Who else would come up with outrageous commentary like that?
Yeah, but I mean, not that.
You know, maybe not thinking things out before he or she says.
Well, I know of people like that, yeah.
You do? Your thoughts on moral decay of America? Soccer?
Well, just think about how, and I don't mind soccer, but think about how un-American what happened today is. They lost, but yet they win. So even if you lose, you get to advance to the next round. It's so different in our sports. If you lose, you lose. You're done. Finished.
Greg, we lost to Germany, but we moved on. So this is a great day in the Obama administration. We get to move on, and we don't have to apologize to another country.
It's beautiful. The World Cup should be called the rest of the World Cup, because for America, it's like escargots. But I will say this. I got to defend soccer, and you have to defend soccer because it exists because all you need is a ball, which is why there's so many countries that find joy in it, because it's not like America where you can afford yachts and race cars and football helmets. All you need is a ball. So that's why the world stops. They're watching it because they grew up playing it, because all they needed was a ball, or in some countries like Pakistan or Afghanistan, a goat head.
Or in some radical Muslim countries, a human head.
There you go. Yes.
Dana, you want to talk about this one a little bit?
About soccer?
Yeah, and Coulter, moral decay?
I think she's joking.
Okay.
That's what I think.
She never jokes. That's the problem.
All right. Do we have that full screen of the possible outcomes if Team USA wins or loses by this score or that score? But we don't have that.
Are we that dumb that we can't understand?
Right,
this is a tournament. It's like a 3-week-long tournament. So then of course, it's like that. You can't put yourself.
And moved on.
But wait a second.
I know, but this is not it's not the rules. Like, it's not the Final Four.
But
okay, so
I know, but
that's over 3
But
weeks.
the rules are the rules. You knew it going in. If you scored more goals.
Hold on.
Tim Lincecum threw another no-hitter. He threw a no-hitter. That's American.
And they won.
They won.
And someone
San
won.
Francisco Giants are doing
Do you have
awesome.
that? Do you have that? Yes or no? Look at this. These are possible outcomes. So along the top is if Team USA wins. Along the bottom is if Germany wins. Along the sides, if if Ghana wins or Portugal wins. There are like 200 different outcomes. Yes, we go on. No, we don't go on. You need a grid, Dana. You need an encyclopedia.
It's just so different than we do things here, I think.
Well, here's the thing. Within 10 minutes of us going down 1-0, we realized the Team USA game didn't matter anymore for us to move on. We had to watch whether or not Ghana was beating Portugal or not.
But there will come a time in the tournament when it will matter.
Okay. All right, how about this one? Team USA coach Jurgen Klinsmann gave America a get-out-of-work free card today. And while doing research for this segment, Porter and I, when we're cashing in our free cards, check out who we bumped into also playing hooky, front row, Hemmer, Martha, Allen, producer. There's Porter on the left, upper left. There's Kilmeade in the back, myself, and that's Steve Hayes over there. But I'm going to tell you something, Bob.
Where is this?
Well, yeah,
this was at Langen's across the street.
Oh, that was at a bar.
Maybe I was supposed to say that.
Yeah.
It was about, I don't know, 1 o'clock or so.
Can you imagine people drinking before the 5?
No, for the record, I did not have a cocktail before the 5.
I was wondering when I saw that picture, but then I thought, well, Bill's worked a day's work, and so is Martha, so is Brian, right? Steve Hayes, I guess he's not doing special report if he was tossing some back. We won't out Steve Hayes. But my problem is he was encouraging the German coach, people to play hooky and not go to work and watch the World Cup, which I think is very disturbing in New York now to walk by all these bars and see them packed with people not working.
But they're buying stuff.
Yeah,
but they're not. It reminds me of Europe, and it just
people have a little
bit
of fun.
Yeah.
By the way,
once every 4 years.
We do this during the Super Bowl and the World Series. Come on.
Yeah, it's great for business.
Yeah.
But it's once every 4 years. In some of these countries, Greg pointed out, a lot of these are poor countries, and these people, this is the biggest thing that's going to happen to them for 4 years. Let them have a party.
By the way, the best thing about the World Cup, 4 years. Everything should be 4 years. The World Series, the Super Bowl, your birthday should be 4 years. Imagine if you were 28 for 4 years, and then you're 32 for 4 years.
Actually, I've been 28 for 4 years.
Exactly.
That's a very good point.
Everything should be 4 years.
All right, folks. In TV, this is called a tease, a really, really deep tease. You ready? All right, only 70 days until real football starts.
Yeah.
Coming up.